We're live. It's the Chase and Shep Show. Friday night reviews. You know what that means. We're talking WandaVision. I got my shirt on. Been wearing it all day. I love this shirt. Repping the WandaVision.
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 WandaVision. Yeah, I thought it was a fun episode.
Episode 7.
Episode 7 tonight. I thought it was
As
interesting.
usual. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
We're gonna dive in. We're gonna really get into, all our Marvel talk like we usually do.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm underwhelmed. I still haven't watched it a second time yet. I'll probably do that after this. But I don't know, man. I was just underwhelmed.
I enjoyed it. Like the most underwhelming, I guess, aspect of it to me was like how they kind of handled doing the 2000 sitcoms parts. Some of it was on point. Some of it was kind of eh.
I did read something that was talking about, and I feel like they said it pretty well. It's that all the other ones, the sitcom stuff and the outside world stuff, were definitely more like balanced. Whereas this one, obviously the realities are like starting to blur and like, shit's starting to go wrong. So it makes sense that the sitcom is breaking down. But
Right.
I don't know, I felt it. It felt weird. It felt off a little bit for me. Like it did seem like, I don't know. It kind of made me feel the same way I do feel about 2000 sitcoms. All right.
Yeah, it was all right how they did it.
Whatever. It's a hit. Modern Family.
Like I said, it's a weird start. You got Vision off doing his own thing. You got Wanda acting loony as shit.
I gotta say, I was very happy. The whole Darcy Vision thing, when he's talking to her and she's all like thinking she's the escape artist, and
right.
So glad he finally was like bzz, and fucking made her snap back to reality, because I was like, please don't do this the whole episode. That's gonna get so fucking annoying.
Yeah, we already know you can do this, bro.
Especially when you know he can do it. It's like, don't fucking make me sit through this. Like, just bring her back. Get on with this. Fucking.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the two of them throughout this episode and their interactions with one another and how they kept getting stopped by shit. And it's funny because at the beginning of the episode they're all like, man, Wanda must not want us to get there, but by the end of the episode we realize it's probably somebody else that doesn't want him to get there, because regardless of what is going on within this bubble, Vision seems to be in control of himself.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I guess that would have been Agatha putting all that shit in his way.
Yeah, because he's the one person that could stop.
With Wanda like being like, where is he? If he doesn't want to come home, then fine. It's like, well, clearly she wants him to come home, but like, yeah. So because I was like, why would Wanda be keeping him away? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and to me, it all makes sense when you factor in when Monica Rambeau gets back in and becomes Photon.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm falling in love with Monica Rambeau.
No, I thought that was really dope how they did that. I'm hoping
she's a great first edition from Phase 4. She's, I think, our first, like, her and like Tommy and Billy. Well, and I guess Agatha, but like heroes, Tommy, Billy, and Monica are newbies. Fucking.
And I saw people was talking. They were speculating, in pure speculation, that she might actually choose to go by another name that she goes by in the comic, Spectrum, because when she comes through, she's seeing like the full electromagnetic spectrum.
Right.
So they might go into a route with like her mom was the Photon, because she went by that monkey ear. So she might choose to be another name, which would be Spectrum. But either way, I thought her powers were really dope.
If Monica's storyline plays out into Captain Marvel 2, I could see where maybe they'd hand it off to Monica, because Monica does become the second like Captain Marvel after.
Oh yeah.
After Carol. So I could see that kind of being a route they take, especially because Captain Marvel 2 is going to involve Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan and Carol Danvers. So that'll be interesting. And see, that's why I definitely feel like we might see Kamala Khan at some point before this is over.
Maybe.
Especially, I can see a post credits or some shit like that with Monica. I can see Monica meeting her somehow, like some sort of post credit with the two of them.
Oh yeah, we
see,
haven't seen her get her full power or nothing at all yet.
but I was excited today when she started to go like full powers and stuff like that. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, it was nice to see what she does, but it's interesting to note that like right when Wanda's about to like slam her down, and she does like the power drop, the superhero drop. Shout outs to Deadpool. But that's right when Agnes comes up, and she's like, "Here, come with me. We're leaving." And that's why it's like I think that she's the one probably keeping Vision from Wanda, because it seems like right when another superhero shows up, she's like, "Nah, fuck this. Hold on. Come on. You got to come with me."
Yeah, true.
And it's like right as Monica Rambeau's trying to tell her, "Hey, they're trying to use Vision for some fuck shit." So I'm starting to think that, obviously that's what's going on. That I think that's why the reality is Hayworth and them wanting Vision restored, so they
definitely. I think they pretty much
allow Wanda to take them and restore them somehow, and that's and I think that then that's when Agatha decide I'm gonna come up and swoop up in here and do some fuck shit, obviously.
It's kind of crazy that next week is the second to last episode. That's kind of nuts.
It is, man.
It makes me so excited. But you know what? Like all this, it's pretty. My thing with it this week, why I was so underwhelmed, was because it's been building, steadily since episode one. It has just been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every episode getting more and more intense and building up. And so here I am, like, we're in the final 3. We got to start, getting something, right? And fucking all this stuff they set up, like the whole not revealing the engineer in this episode, I was like, oh, okay. Like when it was the military and the vehicle, I'm like, okay, great. Who cares? When she became Photon, it's like, okay, that's cool that's official now. But we've all been talking about this shit for months. You know what I mean? That's what I was talking about, how the internet kind of ruined this one for me. Because, like, it's just shit that we've all been talking about and speculating on forever. And it's like, this is doing is confirming shit that we knew was going to happen. Like, okay, now she has her powers. This was, on its way. Oh, she's Agatha Harkness. I'm so shocked. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff like we've been talking about this. You go to any comments section anywhere on WandaVision, and people are like, "Well, she's obviously Agatha Harkness," and I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about like.
But I feel like the way that she just like goes over to her house. She doesn't try to stop her. She doesn't try to do shit. She walks right downstairs. It's all like a weird ass dungeon, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm Agatha Harkness, by the way. It's nice to meet you." And then goes into this Disney-esque villain fucking song about I was behind it, and it's like I saw someone point out when I was
Agatha all along.
Yeah, but see, I was seeing somebody point out the fact that this all has been speculated, and it's not news, but the way it's presented in the show, it's like, well, you got to give the hats off to the people that wrote this show, that they knew that this was what we would be talking and speculating and figuring out and going. And here's an in your face, yeah, here it is. I'm gonna just show it right here to you. Yep, I was the one behind it all along. Like to me, it was just like a point and laugh, a ha ha, like duh. There's a lot. There's probably 2 episodes left. I feel like there's probably a bunch of shit that will be revealed in the next 2 episodes.
Well, I feel the same way. Like I bet these next 2 episodes are going to be fucking bonkers. Like
yeah,
but everything. I woke up this morning, I turned it on, and the very first thing, like when I saw it was 36 minutes, I was like, oh. Well, I was like, okay, like so it's not longer like people said it might be. So that was a little disappointing.
Yeah, I never buy into that hype.
Right off the jump, I was a little disappointed. because for some reason I don't know. I just had a I don't know. I wanted it to be an hour. You know what I mean? So I went into it, and then like I said, everything I thought was going to get paid off this week just didn't. And then anything that we did get this week, it's just like, well, yeah, like of course this was going to happen. Like and overall, like it's not that it was bad. It was just well, it was a necessary episode in the overall scheme of things. But like I said, I need to rewatch it. Like I don't know, maybe I just had the wrong attitude when I was watching it this morning. Because things like this, I watch it a second time. I'm like, oh shit, actually, I really appreciate this. But I think just because after going from that build and these last couple of episodes being my favorite episodes, because it's funny because last week I'm like, man, this is my favorite episode, but that's what I say every week is like, oh, this one's better, this one's better, and then this week it wasn't better. It was good, but it wasn't better like it was last week and the week before, and so that's why I was like a little underwhelmed by it. You know what I mean? But I guarantee these next 2 weeks are just going to be explosive. Who the fuck knows who's going to come into fucking play. You know what I mean?
No, for real. And then we got our first mid-credit scene.
Yeah. And I really miss it. I was like looking at my phone, and then like I looked up. I'm like, oh. I was like, oh shit! Like there's a fucking mid-credit scene. So I barely saw like Monica just like opening up the thing, and Pietro showing up behind her. And I was just like,
maybe Pietro, maybe.
I was like, our first mid-credit scene, and this is all it was. I was like, oh, okay.
It's up for debate. I think that one's the one to me that's up for debate. Like, who is he? I don't know. Like I said, we were talking a little bit beforehand. I don't think he's Pietro, personally.
I think he is. And I'm gonna Google this fucking still of him from this episode. I'm gonna get the peak on that hair color.
I didn't see any of it.
I
wanted to go rewatch the episode because I had it pulled up when I seen somebody say that, but I didn't. And I don't know how to do like frame rates, so I like I said, I was telling you before we went live, I'm gonna say it's Ralph. I'm gonna say he's the Ralph guy.
I will also, for the record, where I stand on this matter is I think that Evan Peters Quicksilver is Evan Peters Quicksilver from the Fox universe. I think that is who it is, and he is currently under the influence of Agatha Harkness. Did Agatha Harkness bring him in from another multiverse? I don't know, because it might be they're bigger players here, so that could be where that power kind of came from to make something like that happen. I'm feeling like what's going on with Tommy and Billy, because I was getting attached to those kids. I wasn't sure at first. I'm like, these kids kind of look a little weird, but then I'm like, actually, they're real charming. So I like them.
No, they're cool. I don't know. It left up for debate where they are. What's up with that? Where Agatha has them, obviously. I don't know, man. Like, cause like I said, I thought he was Quicksilver at first, and I was like, all right. At first, I was like, maybe not, but then I was like, maybe he is. Maybe these crazy sons of bitches is doing this. But the Book of Necronomicon was in there, and in the comic books, because they showed that really quick. I think they didn't say that, but that's to me what that looked like.
Yeah.
And in the comic books, that's the book that explains what the Nexus beings are.
Okay.
So I think Wanda is needed. Like she needs her, obviously, because she's dropped the act. Like if she was able to just siphon enough energy off of her to open the multiverse, I feel like she wouldn't want to drop this act. She would just want.
She's probably going to play the card of like, don't you want everything back and all that other shit? Don't you want like a perfect, like, just basically, allure her to the like, oh, fucking put your own life together, pull the pieces from all these other universes. It's like the whole Rick and Morty thing. do I have infinite daughters? No, just me. Fucking.
No, but I think that she's gonna use her in order to open this multiverse shit up.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's when we might see some fuckery start going down. So I think I don't know, because I think Evan Peters will be somebody different. I don't think he's Quicksilver.
At this point, I'm willing to buy into Dottie being Mephisto more than Evan Peters not.
I'm still on that train. I've been on that train. I said it.
She didn't show up in this episode. She showed up. She's been missing for a little bit, but she showed
real
up
quick.
Side eye, just that little side eye. You know what I mean?
Real quick. But
how would you honestly? I don't know. Just because you've been rooting for it, I feel like you're biased. I can't even ask you this question because it's just like I don't know how I'd feel if at the end of all this they're like, "Oh yeah, she's like the big bad." It's like this bitch was in one episode. Like yes, she was in all these other episodes, but she did like one episode of any sort of character work. The rest of them, she's given side eyes and one-liners.
I'm not sure, man, because like the only reason why now, like to me, my theory makes more sense is just because of the way that Agatha talked about her to Wanda. When
I definitely have to go back and rewatch the whole show.
Yeah, because now that we know who Agatha is and she's out and it's confirmed, now that makes that seem, because Agatha didn't build nobody else up and she built Dottie up big.
Oh, for sure.
Like if you're in with her, you're in with the whole town.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know, man. Maybe there's more clues in the shit she had said if you go back and watch.
Who knows? I'll be damned. We go back and the red blood did mean something and all this stuff. I've been shitting on you over your little Dottie theory. And I'll be damned if everything you said is going to turn out correct.
I have good theories sometimes.
But I stand by the Evan Peters thing, though. Like I just feel like from a studio standpoint, with how they have it all set up, I think that makes the most sense. How they are with the fans and stuff, it just seems like that just makes the most sense. They would stick with like they wouldn't want to. It would feel a little like I don't know. I know I'd feel a little cheated, and I know other people would feel a little cheated to find out that that's not who it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like
there are ways to not feel cheated, but more than
I feel like the only reason why you feel cheated is like I was saying, like had this been an idea before that deal had went down, so when the idea was hatched, it was like this would be a little fun nod for people, and now Evan Peters is here in the MCU,
right?
You know what I mean? But now that deals went down, and we know like they're heading with the multiverse.
I just don't think that timeline is quite as you think it is. You know what I mean? Like I think that like to us, to the public, we think it's like, oh, okay, this is how it was. But realistically, they got these rights and it's been a minute, like, on a lot of this stuff. The fact that they literally just got the rights back on Daredevil, right? Like in all of them, and they're already putting, Daredevil in Spider-Man. Like,
well, yeah, but I mean that's just rumored. That's
no,
just
that one got confirmed. That one is confirmed that Charlie Cox is in it.
It's like, been hard firmed.
Yeah, like he's been on the set and all this shit. Fucking yeah. So that's exciting shit. But that just goes.
But that's to me that's
just like Fantastic Four. They started setting that shit up in Far From Home, like and that was before the Fox acquisition. Like finalized, but they knew it was coming.
Yeah, but they got the rights to Fantastic Four before they got the Fox deal.
It's Fox. It's the same thing.
Yeah, they got
Fantastic Four at the same time as X-Men. Yes, they did. Because they were Fantastic Four before they got all of Fox.
Because I'm pretty sure. Just listen. I'm pretty sure. In my memory, it was the rights got reverted back to Marvel because it had been such a long time since they didn't make another Fantastic Four.
No, no. What you're thinking of is that's why they made the one in 2015, the one that just was terrible. They made that movie because Fox was getting ready to lose the rights, and if they didn't do something with it soon, they'd lose it. And so they made that movie so they wouldn't lose the rights. Well, then a couple of years later, Fox sold. So
I don't know.
I'm telling you, I promise you, this. This is something I followed for many years.
I mean, I no, I get that, but I'm just saying. I mean, they obviously plant like those seeds, like little bits beforehand. Like they mentioned Stephen Strange well before he was even like confirmed a movie and all that good stuff like that.
I was talking about the other day about how they like they play coy about, oh, we don't plan that far ahead. It's like bullshit. You don't plan that far ahead. Like
No, I get that, but I just don't see um like with it like a Reed Richards reveal in this show. I don't see something that big happening in a show.
but that's the thing. Like what you just said, Marvel is trying to blur those lines. Like Marvel wants to take what you just said as an audience member and eradicate the difference. They want to be making TV shows that are on par and in sequence with their feature films. They went into this saying, "We want to make television that
Yeah, no,
like."
but I get that, but
And honestly,
and they'll introduce characters. I get that, but as far as Fantastic Four goes,
oh, I could see it because at the same time, again, you're thinking of it as a just a TV show, but they're like, no, we're trying to make something that is like we would put this on the big screen, but it's an experiment, and we're telling bigger stories here, and and it's a money game of like come pay for Disney Plus, and you get to watch the rest of the story. Obviously, it's obviously a money thing there, but it's like that's the whole new thing with this new. They got to expand. They got to do something new. So they're doing these shows, and they're gonna have top tier talent. That's why even in WandaVision, we have everybody we have so far.
no, I get that, but I mean, all I'm saying is I don't even know how we got off track this far on or thinking about the Fox X-Men thing.
Right.
Like, I don't think he is. I don't think we're gonna see. Like I said, on this, like you just said, it's an experiment and it's the first one. I don't think they're gonna bust that. Let's pull somebody from a fucking different company's shit over on this.
Oh yeah. Yes. I'm saying I will agree to disagree on this one.
Well, I'm saying then that's like my mentality, and that's why like this episode it was pretty like to me. I was like, yo, this shit's still lit. Like I wouldn't put this as one of my favorite episodes of this show,
Yeah.
but I was still watching it like, hell yeah, all right, I'm hyped for next week. I'm still hyped. Like I still got questions.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for next week. But that's what I was saying last week. Is this whole show is good at giving you just a little bit, and then still holding back. But for me, this week where it fell short is it didn't give me enough. It didn't give me enough. It held back too much this week. Like the things that I wanted it to reveal to me this week, it just didn't. So I had a whole other week of like, oh, okay.
I mean, it gave me enough questions. Like, listen, was it Darcy because she was an escape artist? Is that's why she got out of those chains, or is it because she just has super strength now that she came into that bitch?
No,
Because then she also knocked that dude down.
I don't know. I don't think Darcy has any super origins in the comics. I don't think she has any powers.
I don't know if she's even a character in the comics.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is. I could be wrong about that too. But
Well, I mean, she might be now since she was in the movies and stuff, but I don't know if that's even.
I've never seen that Darcy.
I've never fucked with Thor, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah, usually they have their little like. Oh, I know what I'll do. Darcy Lewis first appearance. That'll get us right to the bottom of this shit. Yep. I think she's made for the movies.
Yeah, so if she's somebody that's made for the movies. They very well can
Oh yeah, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
give her any sort of character's powers and make her any character that they would want and just be like, fuck it. Because if, obviously she's a fan favorite. So seeing her and, get some sort of.
She's not even in a mainstream comic. She's only been in like MCU tie-in comics.
So yeah, seeing her getting some sort of meta strength or something like that.
she's like an MCU like specific character. I feel like how many of those are there? In all
Well, her probably Jimmy Woo.
No, he's actually from the comics.
Oh, he is. He is from the comics.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
I'm sure there's a. I'm sure there's a lot.
that one that'd be interesting to get into. Maybe tomorrow. The unsung heroes of the MCU.
Coulson was made for the MCU.
See, I think that one I'm not sure of. I'm not entirely positive he was. See, I'm gonna look this up. I'm telling you, this is what our thing should be tomorrow. That way we can look into some of this. What? He's depicted as a supervillain in Marvel Comics. First appearance, first appearance, Iron Man 2008. Oh, unless this is just talking about. Oh, yeah, no. He was created for the movie. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Bill Coulson.
2. I got 2.
Nice.
I'm sure there's more.
We'll dive into that shit tomorrow. Oh, no. But yeah, I don't know. I'll rewatch it. See where we're at. But
I'm hyped for next week. I'm hyped to see where we're going with it, and hopefully, I mean, yeah, like I said, I won't complain if it's longer, but
yeah,
we'll see.
The fact that we're a couple weeks out from fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's exciting.
Yeah, I saw another new trailer for that today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so a little one.
What are they getting ready to do? The same thing WandaVision did, where they just drop a trailer excessively until
probably fuck it. Oh well, I'm here for it.
With the same clips that they use in everyone, because in the comments section you see from WandaVision, everybody's like, "We are an unusual couple," and just shit that's in every trailer. It's like, what's the plan? And it's like, so there's no plan. I'm sure that's going to be in every single one.
Oh yeah. Cap died for the shield or something like that, or Cap gave us the shield.
Right, yeah.
Some shit, but I'm here for it, man. It looks hype. It looks legit.
So, we got a little bit of time here left. And, I don't know about you. I'm done with the WandaVision for tonight. But our buddy, Humbly G, just released a video tonight. You can check it out on his YouTube page. Check out his website, humblyg.com.
Humblyg.com.
Soon, I believe. If it's not up already, it will be here soon. But we thought we'd go ahead and we'd play the video for y'all tonight. It's for a song called Groovin'. So I gotta get it set up here. Oh, Groovin', as you see here. Go hit up Humbly G, everybody. Subscribe, just like you should do for us as well.
Yeah.
So here we go. How do you There we go. That's that shit. That's what we're trying to do. Stomp your feet. Happy hands. Stomp your feet. Happy hands. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet. Happy hands. I said, stomp your feet. Yeah. Breathe in, breathe out. There's a little voice of anxiety in my mind to be shot down. And it's been a minute since I've been doing what I envisioned. Rather the mission was more vivid and I've been losing focus in. Used to have goals on the daily.
fuck. Waiting weekly, motherfuckers don't pay me, but still hit me up weekly. I see how it is. Things must be what they meant. Man, they said this is just a biz. Oh yeah, well shit, fudge bricks, no chocolate. Wash it down with the water from a faucet. Thank goodness I can. First world problems in the third world. They couldn't give a damn, but granted, humbly G fans play so many third-person games. They think they have a new perspective on hand, a new brain. What a shame, what a shame. People open their minds, knowledge untempered, and it turns them blind. Clock out of time, they wind up a try. They thought they knew best. Oh, why? Let it to rest, to rest, to rest, to rest. Why do they refuse to know, to learn, to share, and to grow? Breathe in, breathe out, you know. Oh, breathe in, breathe out. There's a little voice inside of your mind. I've been shouting down now. I've been shouting down. I've been shouting down. Been shouting down. Yeah. Hey.
There you have it, everybody.
Bada
Groovin'.
boom.
Groovin'.
Humbly G.
Humbly G. HumblyG.com. Check it out. Oh, Shep, we got to get you one of those.
Yeah, we'll get one of them. We'll get it in.
Johnny Cash, we gotta get that motherfucker a video.
We'll get one.
We gotta give the fans what they want. They love that sneaky peek Sunday. They said we want more Johnny Cash.
We want more.
More. Well,
we'll give them more.
Have more. Like, subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. Super Saturday.
Super fucking Saturday.
So we'll see you then.
Smooches.
Peace.